Hi everyone, and welcome to this heartfelt tribute to one of the most beautiful yet bittersweet love stories we've ever seen on screen, Gwan-sik and Ae-sun from When Life Gives You Tangerines. Today we're going to explore their deeply emotional and inspiring journey, a tale of dreams, loss, love, and the strength that emerges from both hope and grief. Their story highlights the depth of sacrifice and the enduring power of family. So sit back, relax, maybe grab some tissues, and let's take a closer look at their incredible lives. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe for similar videos. Gwan-sik and Ae-sun's life story starts in 1951 in the island of Jeju, when they are but children. Ae-sun's mother leaves her with her deceased father's family, hoping that their influence and position in society will help Ae-sun lead a better life than she could provide. Not feeling welcomed by her father's family, Ae-sun constantly runs away to her mother, always begging her to leave the world of Aeona and find different work. Hoping that one day her mother will ask her to stay with her stepfather and siblings and not send her back to her other family. On the other hand, seeing the struggles that Ae-sun goes through, there is a steadfast Gwan-sik always by Ae-sun's side, following her around, admiring her every move, giving her extra fish to eat, hoping that she will talk to him. When the island aunties ask them what they want to be when they grow up, Ae-sun proudly says she's going to be a poet and a president. Gwan-sik says that he will be a first lady. The first tragedy in Ae-sun's life happens when her mother passes away when she's still a very young child. Her stepfather begs her to help her take care of his children. She agrees to do it for a year, then another year, and then another year. And before she knows it, she's a teenager. Played by IU, who's been selling cabbages in the market, hoping to one day escape to the mainland Korea, away from other people, and become a poet. Sitting right by her side in the small market is a teenage Gwan-sik, played by Park Bo-gum. As usual, he helps her in any way he can. However, her stepfather decides to one day get married, and they all decide to move away, and not take Ae-sun. Taking the younger kids with them, her father's family refuses to help her. Ae-sun is hopeless and heartbroken. She asks Gwan-sik if he will run away with her to Busan, as this is her only option. In their late teen age, being underage in Korea, they decide to run away to Busan. Unfortunately, they don't get very far, really just one night, before they get robbed and are brought back home by Gwan-sik's mother to Jeju Island. But by that time, the damage is already done. In the perfect double standards, Ae-sun gets expelled from high school, Gwan-sik is suspended from high school as well. Unfortunately for Gwan-sik, Ae-sun tells him to run away. She doesn't want to be with him. Unbeknownst to him, his mother has asked Ae-sun to think of her son first, to let him live, so she sacrifices her chance at happiness and lies to him to leave. Hearing this, Gwan-sik leaves and gets on a boat to leave. Far, far away. At this time, Ae-sun's family decides that she should be married and sets her up with an older divorced guy, because at this time, that's the only option she has. Seeing him and his reaction, she realizes how much she wants to be with Gwan-sik and runs to the boat to stop him from leaving. Remember their one night in Busan? Yeah, it's fruitful. She gets pregnant. They get married. When she marries and gives birth to a daughter, Gwan-sik's mother, Gae-ok, is extremely upset about this change. She had pictured a much better life for her son, and here he is, doting on his new wife. She feels like she's been betrayed by her son. While keeping Gwan-sik in the dark, the mother and grandmother torture Ae-sun because she is not able to get pregnant for years after the first one. Once Gwan-sik learns how his mother and grandmother treat Ae-sun, he leaves his home with his wife, Ae-sun, and daughter. As expected, they face great adversity from not having enough money to not being able to find work.
굶을 걱정을 왜 해? 내가 벌면 되지.
However, with the help of the many kind souls, they're able to make ends meet. Eventually, Ae-sun gets pregnant again. Ae-sun's grandmother gives them enough money to buy a boat. As they grow older, their bond deepens. Together they build a family, a daughter and 2 sons, a home filled with love and laughter. But life, as it is often does, delivered an unimaginable blow. They lose their youngest son in a tragedy. The grief was profound, something that no words could truly capture. It was a loss that never truly left them, lingering in their hearts like a quiet storm. No matter what, unfortunately life goes on. After only staying away for 3 days to process their grief, Gwan-sik and Ae-sun must return to their life, remembering that they are still responsible for 2 children. They aim to build a life for their remaining 2 children, quietly trying to deal with their own grief, hoping to not add to the others. As time goes on and they get older, Kwon-myung, their oldest daughter, goes to Seoul University. One of the biggest achievements of their life was to be able to send their child to this prestigious university, one that they couldn't have dreamed of. As time goes on, they're still dealing with the same issue, but just now on a grander scale. Their daughter is going to a university that requires a lot of money, and she feels the insecurities of not having enough money. Once again, they sacrifice their own livelihood, selling their precious home so that they could send their daughter to Japan to study. On the other hand, is their son, who's fighting tooth and nail to not live a respectful life. He has decided that he will be a big businessman. He does not have the expertise to get into Seoul University, and he will try his best to become a very, very rich person. In his scheme to become a rich person, he partners with a not-so-savory person and opens a pawn shop. That pawn shop goes under, and the partner runs away with a very precious cargo. The son is then blamed and jailed until he can come up with the money that is equal to what was stolen. Actually, he doesn't have the money for it, so his father, Gwan-sik, decides to sell his precious boat, the boat that he's worked on for all his life. They are able to get the son finally out of jail. As years go by, Gwan-sik ends up investing in a restaurant. As time goes on and Jeju Island becomes more popular, the restaurant becomes more popular. As the years passed, Gwan-sik's health began to deteriorate. In his final moments, he made one last request. He asked their daughter to take care of Ae-sun to ensure that her mother would be okay after he's gone. Even in death, Gwan-sik's love for Ae-sun remained steadfast. He knew that his passing would leave a hole in her life, and he trusted that his family would continue to love her with the same devotion he had shown. After Gwan-sik's death, Ae-sun found the courage to pursue her dreams of becoming a poet. She began to write, channeling her grief into words, and it wasn't just her poetry that thrived. Ae-sun's journey took on a new form. She became a teacher, helping the elderly learn to read and write, sharing the power of words with others, just as Gwan-sik had encouraged her to do. In this new chapter of her life, Ae-sun's not only honored Gwan-sik's memory, but also found a way to give back, to inspire others with the strength and resilience she had gained. Ae-sun's work as a teacher for the elderly was a reflection of her heart. She gave others the chance to express themselves, to find their own voices, just as she had. Her poetry became a way to heal, a way to keep her late husband's spirit alive in every line she wrote, in every lesson she taught. Gwan-sik and Ae-sun's story is a powerful reminder that love doesn't end with loss. It transforms, it evolves, and it continues to shape us long after the people we love are gone. Their journey, filled with both love and heartbreak, shows us the importance of holding on to the people we love, the dreams we carry in our hearts. Thank you for watching this tribute to this enduring love and strength. Until next time, cherish the ones you love and never stop chasing the dreams that make you who you are.